Now I'd like to delve into each of the cards, what the cards look like on the other side, and all the requirements that go with it. On a side note, you'll notice that the gods that I have out are painted white because this game came with pieces that have two brown colors, different shades of brown, and you certainly can't distinguish that on the board when you're playing. So I decided to go ahead and use a primer and actually spray paint the lighter brown color, and kind of gave it a snowy white look, so it looks quite lovely. That was just with a primer, by the way. At any rate, back to the cards. You'll notice here that these cards talks about the labor on the front. That's how you get it for free. But on the other side, it tells you what you can do with it. So in this case, this is the God of the Sky. It says, your idol is false. Sacrifice one faith. Play when attacked. The unique thing about these cards, these miracle cards for the God of the Sky, most of them can only be played when you are attacked. So it's a good defense. It's kind of a defense god, if you will. And the nice thing about these cards, a lot of them do not require any faith or very little faith to use. So in this case, it says banish a god of your choice from the attacking territory. So you got your god out right here, and somebody attacks you from the other side. You play this card when attacked, and you banish their god. Now, that will stop them in their tracks, no doubt. This one here, the God of War, these cards here for the God of War are more tactical than strategic. And of course you use them on the attack for obvious reasons. But a lot of these do require some faith, but very little faith. And this one here, it's called Storm's Rage. And it says play on your turn. And it says choose a territory, roll one of the dice, and destroy that many armies in the territory. So it's kind of like a tactical advantage that it gives you. And the God of War, of course, breaks the tie in the favor of the attacker. So a lot of good cards, a really good ability, always good to have on the board. And technically in the game, everyone starts off with the God of War on the map. So you don't have to summon him initially. However, I do have a house rule that says you can pick any god of your choice at the beginning of the game. So, but use your imagination. Over here, the God of Death. These cards here are more strategic than anything, and I call them the nuclear weapons of the game. And most of these cards do require lots of faith, anywhere from 3 to 4 faith tokens just to play them. So in this case, this one is the sea is your tomb, and it says sacrifice 3 faith and play on your turn. And the action in this case is Sink Atlantis, which is the ultimate card to have in this game. Because as you can see, Atlantis over here is pretty large continent. Gives you 3 bonus armies, in addition to 3 victory points. The continental bonuses act as victory points in this game as well. And you get 4 territories, and it's a good continent to sink if you can do it. And so there's that. And then finally the Goddess of Magic. With this one, these are unique. These ones are played immediately, and they're called relics in the game. And you just put it out right here. It requires no faith, so it's kind of a nice card to bring out. And they have immediate effects, like this one. In this case, this is Aegis, Shield of Athena, or Aegis, however you want to pronounce it. It says play immediately, and it says discard Aegis, Shield of Athena, to cancel the effects of any miracle card just played. And it says here, relics can't be canceled. So if somebody plays a really devastating card on you, Or if you're on Atlantis and somebody plays the Sink Atlantis card, you use Athena, Shield of Athena here, to block that card. And in this case, the relic is used up and goes back in the deck and so forth. But these are the powers of the relics of the Goddess of Magic. And of course, the other relics, like this one here, this is Pandora's Box. It says play immediately, and it says draw a death card at the start of each of your turns. Play that card immediately without sacrificing any faith tokens. So that's pretty devastating. You know, that could be dangerous too, because that could harm you. So a lot of these death cards are, you know, they could damage you as much as your opponent. So you got to be careful with them. But so these are how the cards work, and they're they're a lot of fun to play. But the relics, very important with the Goddess of Magic. She of course rerolls ones, so you have her out, and you get a free card anytime you roll 3 of the dice and get 3 of the same number. You get her card for free, or you can purchase the card 2 faith tokens for each one. Same thing with all the other cards here as well. And you really can't purchase these cards unless you have the god active on the map. So you can't purchase the God of Death cards unless you have the God of Death summoned. There is exceptions to that rule. The cards always supersede the rules in the game. So in this case, some of these relic cards, for example, will tell you you can draw a God of Death card or a War card, God of War card, at the beginning of each of your turns. And you can draw that without having the God of War out. So the God of War could be banished to your pantheon, but you could still be pulling those cards, but you still can't play them unless you summon that god out onto the board.